Here's what happened. 5.5 years ago, this gentleman joins. I want you to get some points on this. He'd only been in the business 2 years. 2 years. He was at a small independent, but he was doing extremely well, so we went down and interviewed him. We signed him up in early December. Now, here's what happens in early December. Now, in my life, December 24th, 2015, he calls me up the 23rd and says, Gene, I've set up 8 appointments tomorrow. Can you come down from Austin to San Antonio? And I've got an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, and he set up 8 interviews on December 24th. Do you guys know what December 24th is? I had not bought Susan a present yet. So the reason I know this is I show up, they all show up. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they all show up. And I think 7 of the 8 sign up that day. It doesn't take you guys long to take action. It doesn't take you long to get into, I mean, he'd been with us 2 weeks. He didn't know what EXP stood for. I didn't know what EXP stood for. I was still calling Glenn every day. What is this? Give me something. So this gentleman has rocked it with his beautiful wife, Angel. Let's give it up for Pat and Angel Hayes. Come on, guys.
Woo! What's up, EXP? Man, look at this. Look at this amazing crowd, Angel.
For a show of hands, whose first event, Mastermind, is this? I can't see you anyway, but that's a lot of you.
Wow, look at that.
Holy cow.
And I remember it was 2017 whenever we had our first Mastermind event in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and we had literally less than 30 people in the room.
We were in a closet, stuffed somewhere, and
Unbelievable.
barely had a screen.
Love it, love it. Well, guys, yeah, I just want to introduce ourselves again. Pat and Angel Hayes from San Antonio, Texas, and I just wanted to say, first off, thanks for the executive staff for being here. Glenn Sanford, thank you for everything that you've done. This has absolutely changed our life. And I want to give another shout out to James and Brent for putting this mastermind on, because these are always fun. And if you want to grow your business, come to these events. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second, though. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. And thanks for giving us the opportunity to share our story. We got a phone call from Brent and James about, 3 weeks ago. We were getting ready to go out to dinner, and I get this FaceTime phone call from Brent Gove. I said, oh, my God, I definitely got to answer this. And so I answered it, and it was Brent and James, and they invited us to, speak up here and share our story. And I love sharing our story because this is truly, truly an unbelievable opportunity. And for those of you that are new to EXP, this is a life-changing opportunity. Right, and so you can see some of our numbers right there. We've personally sponsored 27 agents. That's grown into 3,572 agents, spanning 45 states and 7 countries, growing at about 225 agents every month. Unbelievable. And so I want to share my story real quick, and then we'll get into some nuggets, though. But, they asked us to share our story, and it's an amazing story, guys. And whenever I talk to agents, whenever I'm interviewing them, I said, this opportunity truly changed my life. And they kind of look at me like deer in the headlights, like, how can a brokerage firm change your life? And I said, just give me a few minutes. Let me share my story with you guys. And so it all goes back, and I just want to, just kind of let you guys know, I've only been in the business for 8 years. And I started my career at a small independent boutique brokerage firm, just like what Gene was saying. But before that, I did the whole traditional go to college, go make mom and dad happy, go get that degree, right? And so I did that. That's why I met my beautiful wife at Texas State in San Marcos, Texas. And we graduated there and moved back to San Antonio. And so I did that whole corporate America gig. I went into medical sales for 6 years. Had a lot of fun, made a lot of great money, met a lot of awesome people. But after 6 years, I was sick and tired of the corporate America rat race. And I went to my dad and I said, Dad, I'm ready to give up corporate America. I'm done. I got my degree for you and Mom. I'm ready to go do something else. And mind you, whenever I was in college, I owned a landscaping business. In college, going to college full time. Whenever I got out of college, I sold that and went into medical sales. And after 6 years, I was done. And at the time, my dad
We had 11-month-old twins.
Yeah, we had 11-month-old twins. Yeah. Imagine that conversation whenever I went home and I said, hey, babe, I'm going to be leaving corporate America and buying this senior home care franchise. She said, what? I said, yes, this is the only way for me to get out of corporate America. And so I did. And so my dad was a CFO of the whole entire organization. And I didn't know anything about it. All I knew that my dad knew the numbers because he was the CFO of the whole entire organization. He goes, buy this business for 50 cents on the dollar. I'll help you grow it. Let's grow it, make some money, then you can do whatever else you want to do. So I ended up buying it for $50,000, and it was doing about $250,000 in annual revenue at the time. And I grew it to about $1.3 million, ended up selling it for $350,000. And so I said, Angel's like, okay, nice, awesome. She said, well, what are you going to do now? Well, whenever I was in medical sales, I got my real estate license, and I did a farm and ranch, kind of really part-time. Met a broker back in 2008. He said, hey, why don't you get your license? I know you're working full-time, but just sell a few ranches with me. And then, so I did that, but then whenever I bought that business, I put my license inactive and then sold the business. And she said, Angel goes, well, what are you going to do now? I said, I think I'm going to get into residential real estate. I've always had a passion for residential real estate. I think this is my calling. This is my time. And so in between selling that business and getting into finding a boutique broker, I was a private investor for a digital media marketing startup company, which a friend of mine knew that I had just sold my business, knew that I had some money, and he says, I've got this perfect opportunity for you to be a silent investor in this new startup company. Would you be willing to take a look at it? I said, sure, absolutely. I've got the funds. Yeah, let's look. 6 months later, I lost $300,000. I did not want to go back to corporate America. Angel says, what are you going to do? I said, I've got to make real estate work. So my first full year in 2014, as a single agent, I did about $3.2 million in production. I did open houses 7 days a week because she would not let me invest in Zillow or Realtor.com. Yeah, there's a beautiful family right there. And so, we do it for them, right? We do it for them. And so, so my first year, $3.2 million. And then second year, I started a team. I wanted to leverage myself. And the only way for me to do that was to become a team leader. So I started the Pat Hayes Group, hired 2 buyer's agents. And second year, I did $12.5 million in production. My second year. So I was on an up-and-comers list. And at the end of my second year, December of 2015, I got a life-changing phone call from Scott Lewis. He said, hey, I see what you're doing. I want to talk to you about a new business model that is disrupting the real estate industry and changing the way that agents are being compensated. At that time, I'll never forget this phone call. That Monday at 4 o'clock, I was not looking to make a move.
He was happy.
I was happy where I was at, right? We hear this all the time. I was happy where I was at, right? 2 hours later, I get a phone call from one of my good friends saying, hey, did you see the news? I said, no. What happened? Your brokers are in the news for doing something really bad. I said, are you kidding me? What? He sent me a screenshot. I said, oh, geez. I showed it to my wife. She goes, you got to make a move. You got to go to Keller Williams.
I did. He had just lost a lot of money and finally found something that worked, and I knew Keller Williams worked. Yeah. I didn't drink the EXP Kool-Aid right off the bat.
And I said, hey.
I obviously do now.
Yeah. And I said, hey, listen, I got this phone call from this guy named Scott Lewis with EXP in San Antonio, and he wants to meet and show me this new business model. She said, I think you better call him. So I literally called him back up. I said, hey, Scott, you called me today at 4 o'clock. I said no. 2 hours later, this is what happened. My whole real estate world turned upside down. My brokers were in the news for sexually assaulting one of our agents. He said, you got to make a move fast. I said, I know. He said, this is perfect timing. Why don't you come to the coffee shop tomorrow? Let's meet. I've got 2 gentlemen that are in town by the name of Rob Flick and Gene Frederick.
We had no idea who those guys were.
I said, who are those people? I have no idea who they are. So we met. 4-hour meeting. I was sold. Said, I'm all in. Done. Let's do this. 1 hour after that meeting, I get a phone call from the largest KW franchise owner in San Antonio by the name of Craig Owen. He goes, Pat, I just found out about what happened to your boutique brokers. You have to make a move, and this is our time to do business together. I said, Craig, I just met with all the leaders at EXP. Gene Frederick and Rob Flick and Scott Lewis. He goes, I know all those guys. I said, I know. They're awesome. He goes, give me 1 hour. 1 hour tomorrow. I said, okay, you know what, Craig? I respect you. I'll do that. So I gave him 1 hour. That 1 hour meeting turned into 3 hours. He tried to give me everything in the world for me to move my small team over. 100% commission for the first year, an office, rebranding, business card, signs, everything, right? Everything, which I needed anyways. And at the end of that meeting, I said, all right, Craig, I got to go. Answer these 3 questions. He said, yeah, what do you got? I said, Craig, can you give me revenue share and not profit share? He said, no, can't do that. I said, okay. Second, can you give me equity? Can you give me stock in Keller Williams? He said, no, I can't do that. We're not publicly traded. I can't do that. I said, okay. Third, can you give me conversion back then? Now it's KV Core. Can you give me conversion for free to help me generate massive amounts of buyer and seller leads? He said, no, I can't do that. I said, all right, Craig, you just helped me make my decision. I'm going to EXP. And here we are. And here we are. And so I share that story because it was a life-changing phone call. And I'm forever grateful for Scott for giving me that phone call. And we've had a lot of fun together growing this business in San Antonio, growing this business. And it's truly, truly been able to change our lives financially because we had our largest revenue share check this month. Thank you. I would never fathom making $150,000 in 1 month for building a foundation of only 27 agents that has grown into over 3,500 agents. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity. If you guys are not taking advantage of sharing this model with your colleagues, with the agents that you're doing deals with your friends, you need to. You need to. It's truly been able to change our life. And I was able to retire here from corporate America in 2018. We set a goal at one of the other Mastermind events several years ago.
Thank you, Bob Mangold.
Thank you, Bob Mangold.
It was the very first Mastermind event that we went to. There was only 30 of us sitting around the pool.
Yep.
And I'm in corporate America. I'm a physical therapist by trade. I was running 17 clinics and too many therapists to even worry about. And I went on vacation with them. And Bob Mangold told me, what are you doing? Why are you working? And it was the first time in my life that I actually was able to fathom being able to be at home with my kids, to be with my family more, and to support him. And so we set that goal in
Making me tear up.
January, and we hit the goal of making a certain amount of money per month. I put in my 60 days, and here we are.
Yep, we say yep. Thank you. January of 2018, she comes to me and says, I'm ready to leave corporate America. I said, oh my gosh, are you sure? You know, it's a 6-figure salary we're giving up, benefits, the trips and all that fun stuff. I said, okay, let's do it. Let's make a big goal and let's hit it. So we made a goal of $50,000. Whenever my revenue share check hit $50,000 for 1 month, I'd let her give her 60-day notice and exit corporate America and get her real estate license. We hit that 6 months later in July, hit my biggest rev share month, July of 2018, $50,000. Since then, she's left corporate America, got her real estate license, and now we're able to live the life that we wanted to live, right? As realtors, we have time freedom and financial freedom. Most realtors only have one. If they're doing a lot of business, they've got financial freedom because they're making a lot of money, but they have no time freedom. The lifestyle that we're able to live now with our kids, travel, have fun, do these presentations.
Tell them how we did it.
Do these presentations together. Yeah, so how we built our business. And I talk to these agents.
I'm just a broom.
I talk to these agents.
I'm like the James of this situation.
Yeah.
I just sweep up the dust. Keep going.
I just run 90 miles an hour with my hair on fire, and she's behind me. And so how we built our business, you know, they wanted some nuggets about how we built our business. And I talk to these agents all the time. And I think production really does matter. I still sell real estate. I love selling real estate. It's my passion. It's our livelihood.
You just talked to a potential buyer before we got on stage.
Before we got on stage, yeah. And I still go on listing appointments. I still get in the car with buyers. I really enjoy it. So I tell the agents, start selling more real estate, and then you can attract more agents, right? We are a brokerage firm first. Let's sell a ton of real estate. Corporate is out there busting their butts, trying to give us all the tools and the technology for us to sell a ton of real estate. Let's use it and utilize it because selling real estate is fun. I truly, truly love it. It's a lot of fun. Lunch and learns. Guys, these are huge.
They call them introductions to
Introduction to EXP Realty, whatever you want to call them right there. But this is how we've been able to grow San Antonio from 5 agents in 2015 to over 1,200 agents just in our market in San Antonio from weekly consistent lunch and learns. I've been doing them for 4 years, the same restaurant, same time, Same location every Friday,
Same wait staff.
12 o'clock, same wait staff, regardless if I'm there or not. I'm normally there doing the presentation, and we have a lot of fun. It is like a party every single Friday. Before COVID, we would have 70 to 80 agents in the room. After COVID, we're back up to about 35, 45 agents or so every Friday in the room and growing. If you guys want help on how to do a successful lunch and learn, reach out to me. Let me know. I'm here to help, because you know what? Rob Flick told me whenever I joined EXP, you and Scott Lewis need to start doing lunch and learns. They're the pixie dust to your business. And it's true. And they're a lot of fun. A lot of agents don't know how to present the opportunity. I said, that's why we do it. Let me be the professional presenter. You be the professional inviter, and invite your agents to check out this opportunity, and I will help you do that. And that's what we've been doing. Build through your leaders. Guys, this is huge. Whenever I attract these agents, I don't know who their connections are. I don't know who they know. Build their list. Help them build their list, and then show them how to expose that list. The lunch and learns, the videos, the presentations. We've got it all, right? Brent Gove set everything up for us. Follow up. I learned this from Gene Frederick. It's all about the FU, FU, FU. Follow up. 3-way phone calls. Edification is huge. If you're not doing 3-way phone calls with your prospects, you are not the professional. Let somebody else be the professional, right? Yes, you may know the answers to those questions, but let somebody else tell them. Quick 3 to 5 minute phone call, and then close. It's very easy, guys. Very easy. All right, events.
I think you've heard a lot of this stuff before. It's called duplication.
If you guys are not going to the events and inviting your agents to the events, you have to, guys. This is how we grew so fast, was the events. That's why Brent and James put on all these events for us. Bring your prospects. Let them see the energy, feel the energy. Talk to other agents. You know, I wish I had more of my team here, but you know what? We're going to get back to this. And the events are going to be huge. All right, Angel.
So this is the napkin presentation, and this goes back to the events. So this is framed in our office, and that's Gene Frederick's original napkin presentation.
He gave it to me. He gave it to us on an airplane on the way home from one of the events several years ago.
Coming home from Puerto Vallarta. So that's why it's important. You get to have conversations, and you get to get wonderful pieces of treasure like this that you can frame in your office. Go to the events. They're so valuable. And coming home from that same event, we were all celebrating a milestone that Gene hit in his rev share. And I could not fathom being there. Well, you guys all need to start fathoming, because we've surpassed that. So it's possible for anybody. If this guy can do it, anybody can do it.
She's true. Guys, I had 2 years of real estate sales experience whenever I joined EXP. 2 years. I helped my boutique brokers get their office from one agent, I was their first agent, to 65 agents. All they gave me was Starbucks gift cards. Now, I love $150,000 a month rev share checks a lot better than Starbucks gift cards. Woo!
And so this is also another little thing. It doesn't take fancy videos. It doesn't to motivate your team. This is a piece of paper in our office as well that I just jotted this down after listening to a mastermind with Scott Lewis that he was on. And the only thing that kills frustration is action. If you're frustrated, do something about it. If you're frustrated, get out of your own way. So much of it is inside of you that you just have to get out of your own way. It's in your head. We've talked about mindset. But that's why whoever said it on the very first day, you got to tell your people and yourselves 100 times the same thing. All of this stuff that we've said today, y'all have already heard in the first 2 days.
This has been hanging up in my office for like literally 3.5, 4 years. I mean, it's got holes in it for my kids. But we were literally on a mastermind, and Scott Lewis said this exact phrase right here. And Angel literally got up, grabbed paper, and wrote it down and put it up in my office. I said, I love you. That is awesome. I look at it every single day. I send pictures of it to my agents, send screenshots of it. I said, I know you're frustrated. Take massive action. You're not doing anything. Don't be upset if you're not doing anything. Take massive action, and you will be successful. Glenn, I just wanted to say thank you so much, because Angel and I got this house under contract this week. Per the IRS, it's an event training facility. So we have to do a lot of masterminding in that pool. Okay? Yes. And so thank you.
And this is just an awesome little story. If you've ever gone under contract on a house and you're in your option period and you travel with your lender.
Adam Graham right here is our lender with Nexa Mortgage.
I can't buy anything.
Thank you. I was literally sending him the contract on Monday morning once we got it executed. I said, it's official, and we're on vacation. Let's celebrate. So, Glenn, I just want to say thank you so much, because it wouldn't have happened without EXP. It wouldn't have happened without RevShare. Never in my life would I fathom buying a $2.5 million house on the coast. Not our primary house, a secondary house on the coast for our kids. Event center, that's right. 6 bedrooms, 7 baths, 6,400 square feet, fully furnished with 2 boats. So thank you, Adam, with Nexa Mortgage. Guys, Glenn, this is for you. It's on like Donkey Kong, baby. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right. Matt and Angel Hayes, everybody.